Okay, hello. Good evening. I hope everyone is well and the sound is good. Just give me a small second here. Okay. Let me dial down the music a bit. Okay, I think that should be fine. Welcome to this stream. We are here in Bergen in Norway and standing in front of this beautiful A320neo, the fly-by-wire. So today we're gonna fly to Copenhagen. The purpose of this flight is to position there so I can fly from Copenhagen to Nuuk in Greenland on Thursday, which I will probably also stream with the 330neo. So yeah, we should have ATC at least in Copenhagen. Bergen Tower just went offline if I saw that correctly, but that won't stop us. Okay, let me adjust the audio just a little bit. Okay. So I'm gonna freestyle this a bit because I'm quite proficient on the Airbus, or so I hope. So, and also I'm using peripherals, so I'm using MCDU and FMC as well as the throttle, of course, by wind control, so you won't see me clicking around here, but rather I will show this and then, yeah, I will type in on my hardware. All right then. The flaps are up, speed brakes retracted, engine master switches are off, and the engine mode selector is in norm. Parking brake is on, and radar PWS are off. Landing gear lever is down, and the wipers are off. And with that, we can give it the batteries. Give it just a second to wake up and grab power. All right. And with that, we can get the tablet fired up, import the flight plan. Quite a quick flight, not as quick as yesterday, but still 1 hour and 11 minutes is the airtime, I believe. So let's check real quick if I got GSX enabled. Yes. Okay, in that case we can request the fueling. Alright. Then let's check the overhead real quickly. Let's align the IRS. So that's done. That's all good. Ground control and test the CBR. Yep, it is working. Oxygen on. We're gonna need the nav lights. We're gonna arm the no PED signs. Sorry, put them to auto and arm the emergency exit lights. All that can stay as it is. Let's do the fire tests. Just quickly, and that's the overhead done for now. Network error? Why network error? No. Here. Where do we get the ATIS and METAR from? Oh, we don't have anything, so let's try that. There we go. So currently we've got a QNH of 1025, so let's set that, and also on the captain's side 1025 there. And while we wait for the fuel truck, let's check the flight plan real quick. So we're gonna have block fuel of 5,500 kilograms. We're gonna cruise on 370, cost index 10, call sign is Scandinavian, 2873. Quite a short routing. The departure then to Zola VOR, overhead Stavanger, and then basically direct to the arrival in Copenhagen. Let's head over to the MCDU then, and before I do that, let me adjust the backlighting here just a little bit. And I don't have the screen on my MCDU again. Every time there's something. I think there was an update with the plane, so okay. I'm gonna have to type in there. No, let me just disconnect it quickly. For some reason the wind control MCDU gives me the most amount of problems, especially with the fly-by-wire. With Phoenix it's a bit more reliable, but yeah. Anyways, let's head into the FMGC, clear that message. We are seated inside an Airbus A32NX LEAP 1 Alpha engines with the current nav database. Let's head over to init and request our flight data. Thank you. Bergen to Copenhagen. Billund is our alternate. Scandinavian 2873, cost index of 10 at flight level 370, which should give us a temperature of 37 times 2 is 74, minus 15 is 59, so minus 56, but we have an ISO deviation of plus 6, so minus 50. Not that it matters too much, and ground temperature is 19 here in Bergen. Let's get the winds. Here we go. Check alternate wind. I shall not. That's the init A. Let's head over to the flight plan. Tuxil Zola Tespi. That's all there is to it. Now, current winds here in Bergen 330 with 9, which gives us. Oh, they have changed this a bit, I feel like. Oh, hang on. These are the Lido charts, yeah. We have FAA. Well, I'm gonna stick with my trusted Navigraph charts. Yeah, this looks more familiar. And the fueling truck is in position. Very good. Okay, so the wind was from 330 with 9 knots, so almost right on the nose for runway 350, which coincides with what Simbrief has planned for us. So runway 35, Tuxil 4 Delta departure. 35, Tuxil 4 Delta, insert. Do we need to do anything for the fuel? I don't think so. No, it's doing it by itself. Great. Let's check the charts for the departure real quick. Tuxil for Delta, there it is. Pretty straightforward. Straight ahead to Adido, left to Bravo Romeo 821 with max 250. So we have Adido, Bravo Romeo 821 with max 250, then Gisuk, Alep, Bamlo, Omexi, and Tuxil. Gisuk, Alep, Bamlo, Omexi, Tuxil, and at Omexi we have to be above flight level 160, which is also in here. That's great, and we'll leave that open for now. No, we don't. Let's put in what we expect, and then we'll see what ATC gives us. So we expect runway 04 left on the Tespi 4 Alpha, so that sounds simple enough. Arrival, ILS 04 left, Tespi 4 Alpha. What should our approach via be? We've got Budik, EKCH, and Zaki. Tespi. So we'll arrive here and then get vectors probably to. Let's put in Budik. and insert. Let's check the constraints, so that's out of the way in case we can keep it. So with Tesby, Rosby, and a Trano VOR max 250. Tesby, Rosby, and at Tango November Oscar max 250. Then we have Charlie Hotel 750, 4234 with maximum 130 at 750. 750 with maximum 130, 4234. Then we have 27 with maximum 5000. And Airpook, I believe. Yeah, with max 220 and max 4000. Then some vectoring, and then we have Budik with maximum 3000 and 220 over to Charlie Hotel 710 with 2500 feet. And then the Charlie Hotel 4 Lima Foxtrot, interesting waypoint, at 2000. Which it doesn't have here, but we're already on the glide there. So that's perfect, no secondary for us today, so on the RadNav, I don't believe we need anything here. Do we? Oh. Not really. Let's go in at Bravo then. Fueling is finished, so seatbelts and the pumps. And we can also request boarding. I believe that also goes via GSX. He's packing up. Perfect. As always, please do let me know if the sound is okay. And you can hear my voice and later on also ATC, because there's not really a point to it if everything is not understandable. Yeah, we're still alone on the airport, no ATC, no other traffic. As I said, we just missed Bergen Tower, sadly, but that's alright. We should have full ATC coming into Copenhagen. So let's check in a Bravo we wanted to check. So our block fuel was supposed to be 5,500. We've got 5.6 on board, so 5.6. Our zero fuel weight. We can't use this one, so 65, so 60.6 basically, which coincides with the flight plan, of course. So 60.6. Hello. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. 60.6, and our CG, the planned one, is 32.7. Put that in here. Gives us a takeoff weight of 66. So 200 taxi fuel, 2.6 for the trip. Yeah, sounds about right. Final reserve 900 and alternate 1300. Calculated a bit less for the alternate. Let's give it 1 ton then for the alternate, so that we are a bit more conservative with our extra fuel. Excuse me. So this hit, what do we have here? Transition altitude 7,000. We can put that into the performance page, which is next anyways, and that's already here. Remain on tower until 1500. At 1500 contact Flesland approach. Should they be online until then, we will do that. It's only lost comms, close in obstacles, rising terrain from threshold to the right side. Yeah, not really any of our concern. All of that white contour layer is at 2000 feet, so, and all the rest is ocean anyways. Initial climb clearance 6000. Put that in here. Something like that. And then we can already start the APU. Okay. APU is slowly running up. And we're getting our cargo. APU is available, 115 volts, 400 hertz. That's perfect, so we can get rid of the external power. Yeah, let's get rid of that. Weather en route, by the way, there's no significant weather. As you can see here in Bergen, there's almost not a single cloud, just some cirrus clouds up there. So, couldn't be better today. Bit boring if you ask me, but still. And also en route. Yeah, that's the significant weather chart. There's nothing. So that's for 18 UTC right now, so that's in 20 minutes. Yeah. Not really anything. Bit of a crosswind up there, but yep, should be a calm flight. Boarding is progressing slowly. Let's calculate the takeoff then. Fill in from OFP, please. So we're going to choose runway 35. It is very dry around here. Takeoff run available. Let's check if that coincides with the chart. Probably here. Usable length. Takeoff 5. Runway 35 from runway head 2795. So that's way less. It's probably the whole runway length is probably, yeah, the 2990. Yeah, that's interesting. Shouldn't it be takeoff run available from runway head? Interesting. But we can also choose, yeah, let's go for Alpha 8. So we have a little bit of a shortcut. So we have 2525, which gives us a takeoff shift of 270 meters. So 2525 takeoff shift, or well, it chooses it by itself. Weather here 1720, that's 23 minutes ago, so 3:30 with 10, KVOC 19 degrees, 1025, no sick. Wind at 1200 is a bit more from the left, but and a bit less, but nothing significant. So 19, 1025, 300 with 10, 330 with 10. And takeoff weight, what did we say? 66. Let's go with a bit more, just to be sure. CG position is standard. We enter the runway of 90 degrees, config 1 plus F, flex, and let's go. Let's see, PAC's on. Looks good enough to me. Let's check. Jeez, the boarding music is something. Let's check on the SimBrief planner what it says. Oh, no. Hang on. No. Give me a second. There we go. That's better. All right. Let's go down here. Populate. 66200 we said. Bleeds auto, anti-ice off. Oh yeah, here it has the correct takeoff run available. However, we wanted to take the intersection, which was 2525. Calculate, please. All right, that looks good. Got a stop margin of 141 meters. 38, 41, 42. It says at flaps 1, flex 64. Sadly, it doesn't give us the trim. So flex 66, 37, 37, 39. That's quite close. So let's go with these numbers. But it should work out. The trim usually is 0.3 down, but I'm not sure why it doesn't give us the trim, but we will see by the gross weight CG. Oh, it's quite slow. And then we can set the trim that way. So 37, 37, 39, flex 66. Flaps 1. Takeoff shift, we can't even insert. So our planned CG for the takeoff, 33%. We check here. That's 35. 33. That would be 32.5. So 33. I would say 0.5 units down. Let's go with 0.4. Down 0.4. There we go. Alright, let's read some checklists. Cockpit preparation. Gear pins and covers are removed. The fuel quantity 5,580 kilograms balanced. The seatbelts are on, the ADRS are enough, and the QNH or barrel ref is QNH 1025. 180 feet here and here. Got the seatbelts on. Oh, we can put on the APU bleed, of course. And ADR is enough, so that's all good. All right. Before start, parking brake is set, takeoff speeds and thrust. We have just inserted 137 for V1, we rotate 137 as well, V2, 139, flex 66. The windows are closed and the beacon we will switch on as soon as we are ready. The cargo in? Yeah. Then I would say we complete the boarding.
From the flight deck. On behalf of myself, your captain, the first officer, and cabin crew, I'd like to take this time to welcome you aboard our flight. We're just wrapping up some paperwork up front here and waiting to receive final numbers from the ground crew, then we'll be on our way. Flight attendants will be coming through the cabin shortly with a very important safety briefing. We do ask that you give them your full, undivided attention as they review the safety operations of this Airbus aircraft. We do appreciate your business having you aboard this flight. If there's anything we do to make your flight any more enjoyable, please don't hesitate to ask. Welcome aboard.
It's a shame that you can't adjust the audio volume of the announcement. They're a tiny bit loud. So 33%, that's good. Our current gross weight 66.2 roughly, so we're all set here. Let's do the pushback then, or prepare for the pushback. Position 26 we are. Let me just confirm that. Parking stance. Yep. Alright. We can switch on the beacon.
Flight attendants, arm doors, and cross-check.
Yes, please. Thank you. And prepare for pushback and departure. So standard is, I believe, just straight back. So, oh wow, already. Yep, finger is removed. Then let's announce ourselves. Flights on traffic, Scandinavian 2873, pushing back position 26. Flights land. Let's release the parking brake. Can set the squawk to 2000 and put that to auto. Engine mode selector in start. And let's see. So yeah, we'll probably push until something like this, so traffic on Whiskey can still go behind us, and then we can go straight ahead, I believe. Or just straight on Whiskey. Or maybe they don't do the straight pushback here in Bergen. I don't know. It seems like they do. Let's start engine 1, shall we? And set parking brakes. Engine start is looking good so far. Let's complete the checklist real quick. Beacon is on, thank you. After start is next. Alright, good engine start on number 1. Let's start number 2. Got the hand signal from the ramp agent, thank you very much, and let's wave our hands to him, goodbye. Very nice. So quiet in here. There's a few other planes now here. Someone on the GA apron over there, and someone just spawned and deep spawned over here, so some traffic around. We have 2 good engine starts, so the engine mode selector can go back to norm. The APU can be switched off. Let's put the strobe lights to auto. We can set the flaps to 1, arm the spoilers, close the cockpit door. What else? The radios, of course. Are we on the correct frequencies? Yes, we are. And let's set the trim. 33% down, so let's put on the flight control page here. So that should be around, so that's 32.5 I would say, which is, oh, 0.5 down. So 33, something like this. Yeah, 0.5. Let's change it then for the sake of completeness. Check takeoff data, yes, is checked. Alright then, after start checklist. Anti-ice, not required. Ecom status, no, come on, is checked. Pitch trim is set and the rudder trim is neutral. After start checklist is completed. For the taxi, don't really have a good taxi chart here, but quite simple. Right on whiskey and hotel, and I believe Alpha 8 is our intersection, yeah. So down on whiskey, hotel, Alpha 8. Let's put in the taxi lights. Fleisland traffic Scandinavian 2873 taxiing holding point Alpha 8 via whiskey Fleisland. Okay. Foot on the brakes, parking brake is released. Clear on the left, clear on the right. Let's check the brakes real quick. Yep, they do work quite well. It's interesting when there's full deflection of the tiller, then in the back of the plane you basically go backwards as a passenger. Quite cool, if you ask me. Oh, that's too far. Way too far. I should look where I'm going. Well, actually it's alright. It looks way worse than it is. Right then, we are on our way. We have checked the brakes, so auto brakes to max. Takeoff config check. Oh, right. Takeoff config is normal, but now we can set radar and PWS. Let me also set the EFIS to constraints on both sides. We've got BOR selected and the range is okay, so that's all good. Let's call the cabin, as we are not too far out. That's Alpha 8 already over there. So right on hotel here, and then on to Alpha 8. And I believe we can already line up. Place on traffic Scandinavian 2873, lining up runway 35 Fleisland. Checklist time. Alright, we have forgotten something. Well, as we line up to the runway, let's put on the landing lights and the strobes. Look where we go. Can activate the TCAS.
Flight attendants, please prepare for takeoff.
Above? No. Yes, above is correct. Still have to do the flight control check. Alright, that's good. Set the parking brake. Flight controls. Ailerons. Full left. Full right. Neutral. Elevators. Full up. Full down. neutral, and the rudder full left, full right, neutral. Perfect. Flight controls are checked. Flaps setting is config 1 plus F. Radar PWS is on and auto. Engine mode selector is normal. ECA memo takeoff no blue. The cabin is ready. Lineup checklist. Takeoff runway 35. TCAS assistant TARA and the PAX 1 and 2 stay on. That's it for the checklists. Tuxil 4 Delta. Still no ATC, so we're quite good to go. Place on traffic, Scandinavian 2873, taking off runway 35, Tuxil 4 Delta departure, Flesland. So straight ahead, Adido, left and left again. Pretty simple. Alright, are we ready? I believe so. Let's start the elapsed time. We have almost all the lights we need. Let's go. Parking brake is released. Pressure is 0. Let's advance the thrust. Off the brakes. Manflag 66 SRS runway auto thrust blue. That's 100 knots. Keep forgetting to check the wind. V1 and rotate. Positive climb, gear up. And off. Very nice. Thrust climb, auto thrust, lower the nose, let the aircraft accelerate. Disarm the spoilers. Isn't it nice? Beautiful area. Let's clear ourselves to, let's say, 20,000 first. Oops. And flaps up, speed checked. Oh, something that I forgot entirely. Shame on me. Is the overlay. Getting a bit fast here. Still in manual flight. At 7,000, so we set standard. not sure if I can load up the overlay afterwards, but I will try once we have selected the autopilot. Yeah, that's the bridge I was talking about yesterday. So when you're approaching this runway, 17? Yeah. And you're going past this bridge down here, which is quite nice. That's 10,000, so lights off. Select the airports and the EFIS. Quite the climb rate today. And let's clear ourselves further up to... was it 370? Yes. 370. Thrust clamp open, climb, flight level 370 blue. And as we have cleared the constraint, we are now accelerating a bit more to our climb speed. Once we've reached that and stabilized the climb rate again, then we can switch off the seatbelt signs. Alright then, autopilot 2. Enough fun for me. Let me see if I can do something about that overlay. Did this work? Hey, it's there. Cool. Still not too sure about the volume mixing, if the sim is too loud, if my voice is too quiet, so if there's any issues, please do let me know. Very nice. So Bergen is just below us there. Bit of a shame that there's no ATC right now. As I said, there was ATC right before I started the stream. At least Tower was online, and normally it's quite often that Bergen is staffed, but for some reason not today. However, Copenhagen Control is online, Copenhagen Approach and Copenhagen Tower, so they should be online for definitely at least until we arrive there, so we should be good there. So to give us a little shortcut at least, we can go direct Zola, which is Stavanger. Yes, please. Not gonna do that much, but at least something. Do we have terrain? No, but that can be fixed, I believe. Let me see if I can start SimBridge. Did it do anything? Doesn't look like it. Well, who needs terrain? We have windows. Especially on a day like today. So we are approaching STD, Echo November Sierra Oscar. No idea what that is. Let's see. Sorstokken. Okay. Got it. Stort, Norway, Sorstokken. Rather smaller airport like the ones we did yesterday. Well, runway's quite a bit more long, but only flight information service there. So let's see if we find it. 10 miles ahead. So down there. This landscape is insane. All these scattered islands. Imagine living here. Crazy stuff. Another radio tower. And there's the airport. I would assume Widerøe flies there, probably. Find that out in just a second. Let's put that in English. Stort Luftham. Airlines and destinations. Oh wow. Looks like an afro. Oh, Danish air transport to Oslo. That's the only airline that flies there. Yeah, a 146 crashed there following a runway overrun. Insufficient braking, failures, spoilers didn't deploy. Wow. If they had managed to go over here, they would have probably been, well, not fine, but better than down here, but crazy stuff. Let's not look at that for too long. Teddy Air, that's interesting. It seems to be quite the interesting runway. Stort Airport. Here. Must be a cool approach. We could try that on a stream. It's even got a payware scenery. Cool, cool, cool. And by the way, this is what expects us in Denmark. What do we have here? Lux Air. So yeah, as soon as we cross the boundary here, we should have, well, we'll probably already start our descent and then head into here. Yeah, back there it is. another airport here. That could be Stavanger? No, it's too soon. Kilo Romeo Mike VOR. Echo November, what is it? I can't see. Don't we have a page in here? Airport. No, wrong page. Data. Closest airports. Echo November Hotel Delta. What's that? Karmoy. Haugesund. That sounds familiar. Looks a bit bigger. Also must be quite a nice approach over these little islands, or also here over the flat but hilly terrain. And that new livery does look good in my opinion, with the silver SAS lettering. Not sure if I prefer it over the old one, but it's quite nice. I have to say, quite nice. Okay. Top of climb just behind Stavanger. There's a few clouds in the distance here, but they seem quite layered, so there shouldn't be much of an issue. And totally forgot about this. Oops, about the seatbelt signs. They can go off course. So we're 15 minutes in the air currently, 18:16, and we are supposed to be in Copenhagen at 19:12. So just under an hour, and maybe with the vectors and 1 or 2 direct twos, we'll be there in 50 minutes. Something like that. Temperature's looking good. At Stavanger we can do a fuel check. It's right there, the airport. Haven't been there yet. In real life, yes. In the sim, no. Right, let's look for it in the flight plan. Zola, up here. Still 12 miles to go. Not too much to go until we reach our cruising altitude. What does the progress page say? Optimum would be 395, but yeah, we won't be up there for too long anyways. Well, maybe we will. Over there is our top of descent. So what if we go to 390? So right now we are it calculates 1911 and 3 tons of fuel. If we go to 390, change anything? We save 100 kilos, so why not? Flight level 390 blue. That looks like a little... looked at first glance like a little airfield, but I think it's not. There we are, at Stavanger. Whoa. Look at this fjord. There must be some cool VFR flying here. I think somewhere around the edges of one of these fjords is the Preikestolen, which is a quite significant rock, which is basically a ledge up here that goes straight down for a few hundred meters, and people hike up there and dangle their legs down that rock. Completely optional experience, but people like it. So, At Zola, we're supposed to be in the air for 70 minutes. We are, for some reason, a bit slower, even though, well, we are a bit behind the VOR now, so let's say 80 minutes, but we did it direct too, so I don't know. We're supposed to have 4 tons of fuel and burned 1.5. We have 200 extra, 180 extra, and we have burned 1.4, so we are slower but more efficient. Well, our cost index is 10, so that explains something. Let's bump that up a bit. We saved 100 kilo by going to 390, so let's see real quick. Operational impacts, where is it? Here. So flight level change up 1, trip plus 3 minutes. I beg to differ. Oh no, 3 kilograms. 30 kilograms. Well, the plane says we save 100, so, and no impact on the time. If we change the speed to cost index 50, we burn more fuel. Oh no, 28 kilograms and 3. It's interesting that it has an impact of 3 kilograms. We burn more fuel, but we save no time. Let's see what the plane says. If we put a cost settings of 100, where are we cruising right now? At, what's our indicated? Doesn't say. Mach 78. And we're supposed to land with 3.1 at 1911. If we put 100 in here, because we ain't got all day. It's not really faster, but we're still climbing, so maybe that changes. Anything? Doesn't look like it, but we should be faster. That should be a fact. So, yep, doesn't seem to have that much of an impact, so faster is always better. We're going eastwards, roughly, so odd flight level is perfect. 1,000 to go. Very good. Is that a city up here? No, just some snow. What's it looking like over there? Bit of the coastline. Very nice. Enley up ahead. What's Enley? Gotta kill the time somehow. So Enley, Lista. No charts to display. Lista Airport. Let me see. Oh, it's actually so small it doesn't even have an IATA code. They've got a 3,000 meter runway, so probably an old airbase. And they put a skate park in the hangar. Cool. Used to have airline service, but it was built by the Luftwaffe. The more you know. It's down here. Oh, probably somewhere up there. Oh yeah, there it is. Yeah, that's an airbase. So, mach alt cruise.
We've just reached our cruising altitude for the flight. As it begins to settle in, I do want to remind you to please keep your feet and elbows clear from the aisle, as the flight attendants will be coming through the cabin with galley carts shortly. Also, one more reminder to please refrain from congregating near the front galley where the flight deck door is located. Thank you.
Yeah, what the captain said. We can put the TCAS to below now. Everything else is looking good. So, our top of descent is exactly 160 miles away. There's quite some airports around here. That's Sweden already. Germany over here. And a bit of Denmark. Let's check out this airport again. Also quite nicely located on the coast. Basically all approaches, even into Oslo, that's far away from the coast in Norway, are quite pleasant to the eye. The geography down here is like all this. How does this happen? Is it all from glaciers that carved this, or tectonic activity? Makes you wonder what's down here. All these little villages at the end of the fjords. Here another one. Is that an airport? Almost looks like it. Let's see if we find that. This is getting me curious. Google Maps. Here you are. No, over here. So we're past Stavanger. I think that's the airbase. The former. With a karting track. And what I just saw was this one right here. Oh no, that's an electricity plant, or like a distribution site for all the lines. And that's actually some industrial area, not a village. Norway Rock Festival, huh? Wherever you look, there's something going on. I'm flying past Kristiansand, which also has a nice airport that I want to fly to. Here, that approach must be amazing. If you look at this. Something like that. In here, must be super cool. And after that, it's straight ahead towards Denmark. Yeah, Kristiansand here on the left. Coming up over there. That's the airport. All right. Does it work now? Oh, it does. There we go. Yeah, that's okay. Something like this. Let's put the weather radar then on the captain's side. But nothing to concern us, really. It will be too far out to see anything clearly. But yeah, we're gonna fly there one day. For sure. Now, I'll be AFK for a few minutes. And I'm gonna leave you with this orbit view. With the gear doors down, apparently. Excuse me. They are in fact up. Let's try that again. No. They are... Is this an LED thing again? It looks like it. Can only go... No. Yeah. What? I have to say, this is a camera tool of this overlay that I'm using, so it's freeware from Flight Sim TO. and for that it's really good. But somehow it can't really get the LOD distances or the LODs right. Feels like. So this is the lowest I can go, and this is also the closest I can go without getting the gear doors to come out. What if I go really far? Nah. There's also a flyby view. Let's try that one. Yeah, same issue here. Let's stick with the orbit then, and go like this. Nope, we're too far out again. Alright then. No orbit view for the fly-by-wire. In that case, we'll have one last look at Kristiansund. We are directly abeam the airport down there. And we shall stay in the external view, which is quite loud. Oh, that's better. Oh, come on, give me my LODs. Go. And I will be right back. See you in a few minutes. And hello, Oscar? I hope that's how you pronounce the name. Flight's going good. Good departure out of Bergen. We will soon enter Danish airspace, and from there on we will have full ATC on Vatsim down to the gate at Copenhagen. So stick around for that if you're interested. And as I just said, I will be back in a few minutes. I'll just get myself something to drink and a little snack. So, oh, Oscar, yeah, that makes sense. Sorry. Well, welcome, Oscar. Nice to have you here. See you in a few minutes. Alright, I am back, and we have a contact me of ATC, Copenhagen Control. We are still a few miles out of the airspace, but I won't complain, certainly. So that's Denmark already. The airspace starts basically halfway between our position and Denmark. And we're supposed to contact him on 136.555. So let's do just that. 136. Oh, that's 135. Yep. 136.555.
Control. Climb flight level 340.
Land to flight level 340, Scandinavian 687.
Copenhagen control, very good afternoon. Scandinavian 2873 at flight level 390.
Scandinavian 2873, Copenhagen control, very good evening, sir. Set score 2052.
Squawking 2052, Scandinavian 2873.
Scancon 122, vacating 190.
I believe that's what he said. Let me just listen in the stream.
Scancon 122, that is beautiful. Thank you for that. Fly heading.
Yeah, I believe that was it.
Starting radar access for
Oscar.
65.
Cool. Have a good flight then from Echo Golf Lima Lima. That's
that is beautiful. In that case,
that's Heathrow, right? To Rome. Very cool. As I've got you here right now, could you just let me know if the sound, like the volume of my voice, the SIM, and the ATC is good, or if anything is too loud or too quiet? That would be great, because I can't really, I can't really make it out during the stream. It's a bit hard. Can I recommend any good mods as weather mods or plane physics? Not really. I don't use any, certainly. To me, the sim is alright, or the sim is sufficient for my purposes. I guess it depends a little bit on the aircraft that you are using, because some aircraft use their bespoke flight model, like the Phoenix, for example. And also regarding wing flex, I mean, now we're using the fly-by-wire, which is based on the default plane, so we're not expecting too much from that. Again, if you're using... Oh, Jesus Christ. Hang on, I need to... Holy... Wow. Yes. I need to turn down the pilot a little bit. Okay. Another one who aids his mic. Cool. Thanks for the feedback regarding the sounds and the volumes. Very much appreciated. Are you on Vatsim as well? Enjoy a flight for sure. I think that's a cool flight to do as well.
I was kind of hoping it would sound like Danish.
What's going on here on the frequency? So we are. When ready, descending flight level 250, Scandinavian 2873. Alright, I was just about to say, as we are approaching Danish land, there's a little airport down here as well. Looks cute. Need to look that up as well in a moment. Let's check real quick when we want to descend. So, into Copenhagen, we are... Which arrival do we have? Test before Alpha. So at Charlie Hotel 750 we need to be below 130. So 26,000 to descend. Make that 30, so that's 90 miles minus 4 times 3 is 12, that's 78, correct? Probably. So let's put... Hang on, let's go to the fix info. Let's give us an 80 miles radius around Charlie Hotel 750. Let's make it 85 because we also need to slow down a bit beforehand. Okay, so at the blue dashed line we will start our descent. How's it looking down there? Oh, right above. Looks cute. Oscar. How do I have it where my camera is like inside the window instead of hugging the outside of it? And you're still learning, and am I on Volanta? So I'm tracking my flights on Volanta, but I'm doing it manually because I don't have the app, because I don't want to have a million apps running while I fly. And regarding the window, so you probably mean this one. There's tutorials on YouTube. You have to fiddle a bit to get your camera outside the cockpit, because of course there's, yeah, you can't get outside here. But there is ways with in the files of the aircraft. There's camera text file, and there you can adjust the values, and then you can get into the cabin, because there is, it doesn't have a cabin, but it has a few window cutouts here to enable you to set up these window views. So I can't tell you exactly how right now, but there's YouTube tutorials, so just try to look that up on YouTube, and you'll just have to edit some text files. It's not too hard, even if you're a beginner. When you're on PC, that is, but I believe you are on PC as well if you're using Volante. What plane are you flying, by the way? I assume the fly-by-wire as well, as you have been asking. Excuse me. Let's see if we can get an ATIS, because it's asking for the destination data. So let's go Vatsim, AOC, ATIS, sent. You're using the default one, okay. Are you on PC or on console, Oscar? Let's go back and check the received messages. Nothing yet. Let's wait a bit then. In the meantime, Echo Kilo Tango Sierra. What's that? I wanted to look that up. Fisted. That sounds interesting. On the PC, and you figured it out. Perfect. That's great. Oscar, I don't really use Discord for anything other than talking to my friends, so but thanks for the offer. We have a company message. The ATIS. Let's print that out. Quite a nice feature, actually, of the fly-by-wire. And put it over here. So it's the ATIS Bravo. I'm gonna write that down quickly. Expect ILS approach runway and use 04 left, which is what we have planned for. Condition report at 1715 Zulu, rendezvous condition 666, so all dry. Perfect. Transition level 60. After landing, expedite vacating. That sounded interesting. At flight level 370 and the autopilot disconnect is going off like crazy in the background. Expedite vacating, we shall do that. What else? Wind 350 with 11.
Clear for the Tulo.
Good visibility. No cloud detected. 24 and dew point 10. QNH 1022 and no sick. Perfect. How's our descent looking? Still a bit. When do we need to 250 at Toronto? So yeah, that's still a bit. So we're good there. Let's put in the weather data then. Approach phase UNH 1022.
Scandinavian 2873, proceed direct Budik, descent flight 130.
Direct Budik, thank you, and descending flight level 130, Scandinavian 2873. Wow, okay, we're skipping all the arrival basically. Oops. As you can see, it's basically a direct to the airport, and descending 130, so Thrust idle open descent, flight level 130 blue. Cool. Then we can get rid of the fix. Yes, yes, I'm on it. Get rid of the fix info. Thank you very much. And again, performance. Temperature 24 degrees. Quite nice. Wind is 350 with 11. Transition level 60. Does he take this? No.
From the flight deck, ladies and gentlemen. As you may have noticed,
And the captain is yapping again.
Down to our destination. Now would be a good time to wrap up any business you need to take care of as we prepare for our approach. If you are up, once you return to your seat, we ask that you
Oscar,
remain
last year when you were
seated
flying
safely.
from Japan to Heathrow,
Please prepare the
huge
cabin for
storm in
wrap.
Japan. 120 knots headwind, wow. Flight stall speed in the 787, I can imagine, yeah. Well, I mean, your airspeed shouldn't be too much affected. But the ground speed very much will slow you down. But yeah, when you have a bad jet stream, then you can have wind speeds like that. Yeah, that's a thing. Let's check the minimums real quick for. Wait, let me write that down at the airport. I want to look that up. Echo Kilo Tango Sierra, and let's check the minimums for the ILS in Copenhagen. So we can check the RATNAV, 37 degrees, 110.5, and a 3-degree glide slope. 037, 110.5, 3 degrees, that's perfect. Our minimums are 213 feet, 213 on the barrow. Perfetto. So at Budik, we want to be at 3,000 feet. So yeah, that's okay.
Moonflower 6594, good evening, Copenhagen Control, radar contact, climb, flight to 340.
Oh well, then it seemed to have worked out for you, Oscar, with the flight, even though it took you 2 hours extra. But yeah, sometimes it just works out like that. And thank you very much for the comment. I just started streaming regularly the past few days. Yeah, I mean, I'm flying anyways, so I thought why not share it, because I really like yapping endlessly about planes and systems and whatnot. So yeah, so far I'm having fun, and I'm glad you seem to have fun too. There's only one minor issue. I need to go to the toilet. Let me ask for 2 minutes out of cockpit. And it's going to be 2873, requesting 2 minutes out of cockpit, please.
2873, approved, report back.
We'll go. Alright, see you in a sec.
Copenhagen 687, maybe change frequency.
Scandinavian 687, yeah, I sent you all over to that, but contact now, Bremen 126325. Have a good one, bye bye.
126325, Roger, thank you, goodbye.
Charlie, welcome back. When ready, descend flight to 250.
Okay, here I am again. Scandinavian 2873 reporting back.
2873, welcome back, sir.
Alright, a bit of clouds here, but yeah, that's okay. Oscar, you have no one to talk about this stuff. Yeah, it's a bit of a niche hobby, of course, but I can recommend you, like, you have Discord, you say. I'm sure there's some Discord service. Well, there is for sure for all the add-on makers, but also a Microsoft Flight Simulator server, and also Reddit. There's quite a few communities there, so you can find people there to fly with, or to just talk about stuff. So, but yeah, streams are also a good way for that, and I get you. And CL Wabby, welcome. You started 2 days ago. What are your tips to help me get better? What do I mean by get better? Get better at flying the planes, or what exactly? Because this is a very broad question, and yeah, there's many aspects to it. But to just give a general tip, if you're asking about flying, just get a feeling for it. Start out with a few small planes, and YouTube tutorials helped me a lot, and there is checklists and everything online, but yeah, just watch some YouTube tutorials, and yeah, what Oscar said is a good tip. Alright, we continue to fly in here, into Copenhagen. So, anything we haven't talked about? The landing performance, of course, we can calculate. So, landing, full data from OFP, Copenhagen 04 left. Current wind according to the ATIS 350 with 11. $24 degrees, or probably there's a new ATIS because the values are a bit less, but that's okay. Our landing weight. Well, yeah, fuel prediction. Sorry. Zero fuel weight 60.6, and we're supposed to land with 3 tons, so 63.6. Let's make that 64. We're already below that, but for good measure. Flaps full. Approach speed, what is it giving us? 133. With auto brake load, 2300 meters, so 04 left. We have 36 in total. Yeah, so we should be able with Alpha 6, Alpha 5, so auto brake medium is perfect. And welcome to Denmark. Well, you tried the A320, but it's too hard. Yeah, it's especially when you're beginning. And the A320 is an easier airliner. There's some that are so complicated. Especially when you're beginning, it's a bit hard to get your head around it. But yeah, start with small airplanes. Just get the principles, like what's a heading, how to use the compass and stuff like that. What do the flight controls do? And just practice a bit with that. And then, yeah, as we said, YouTube tutorials are golden.
Getting in 2873, contact now, approach 119, this is 805. Good evening.
Approach on 119805 for Scandinavian 2873. Have a good day.
Thank you. 742 Romeo on conversion, speed 270.
805. That's approach for us. Copenhagen approach, very good evening, Scandinavian 2873, descending flight level 130, passing 170, inbound Budik, and info Bravo. Expecting ILS 04 left, descending flight level 80, and could you say again the last part, please, for Scandinavian 2873? Stand by. It's quite quiet. Okay, so Scandinavian 2873, sorry, we put up your volume a bit. So we're descending flight level 80, we got that. Was there anything after that? Hello.
Afternoon 2873, apologies, controller on the phone. So just to be sure, on S0 for left, descend level 80 with high speed.
Yeah, we got ILS 0 for left, descending 80, but I keep missing the last 2-3 words you say. Could you say that again slowly and clearly for Scandinavian 2873? Thank you.
Yes, maintain high speed.
Alright, now we got it. Maintaining high speed. Apologies for the confusion. Scandinavian 2870. Correction, 2873. Thanks for the help. Maintaining high speed. So yeah, a tip for talking to ATC. I didn't understand the last few words he said, so usually I'm also a bit, I don't want to be like an idiot and ask 5 times, but it could be important. Like right now, maintaining high speed, meaning there's someone behind us probably, so we are not supposed to slow them down. So yeah, even if it's a bit embarrassing, keep asking. It's better to clarify something rather than doing the wrong thing in the end. So flight level 80 blue, maintaining high speed, and we are expecting the ILS 0 for left, just as briefed.
Oscar, Yankee, Bravo, Kilo, Whiskey, Copenhagen, approach, message.
Oscar, Yankee, Bravo, Kilo, Whiskey, P28 ønsker at komme op i 2000 fod. Vi forbliver over København. Vi har intention om at komme tilbage til landingsrunder.
I was just thinking, that's a weird English accent, but he's just speaking Danish. Oscar, when he's on the PS5, then I assume he is on Microsoft Flight Sim as well. I'm not sure if there's any other flight sims on PlayStation.
We'll be west for the extended center line, climbing to max 2,500 feet. Oscar, up.
Fine. And just be sure your intention to come back to Casper afterwards.
After climbing 2,500 feet, we wish to enter the TMA of Kastrup again, 1,500 feet or below for traffic service.
Okay, so the course complete.
Alright, approaching 10,000, we're slowing down for 250 knots.
Direct CMAC with 1
Mandatory below 10,000. Descending flight level 70, Scandinavian 2873. Flight level 70 blue. Do we have the TCAS on below? Yes, we do. Alright, 10,000, so let's put the lights on. Seatbelts and constraints on the EFIS.
Right, 165 and flight level
Lisbon to Medina. Wow, that sounds like a great flight. Medina, is that in where's Medina? Is that in Spain on the like the Moroccan exclaves, or was that something else?
Scandinavian 42 Romeo, flight level 157, descending flight level 120.
Well, the controller is quite quiet for me, and everyone else is quite loud, but yeah, should be alright. What's the tower frequency? We have several.
Expect ILS runway 04 left.
Oh, it's the autopilot guy again.
Descend flight level 80 speed 250.
So let's talk about the approach. Rather standard. Intercept the glide slope at 2000. That's the plan anyways, maybe even before. Missed approach, climb straight ahead to 500 and then turn left to track 340, climbing 3000. So 3000 will be our missed approach altitude. And that's it, really. Harpies on the left. We have good weather, so all good there. Let's check real quick. Descending 5,000 feet, QNH 1022, Scandinavian 2873. Alright, 5,000 feet blue. We are on QNH. And left heading 110, Scandinavian 2873. And heading 110. Alright, I wanted to check if there's a new ATIS, so let's do that real quick. Add to AOC menu, ATIS, Copenhagen, sent. And let's wait for that. So yeah, not too much to say about the ILS. On ground, we'll try to vacate Alpha 6 or Alpha 5, continue via Alpha, Alpha 6 or Alpha 5, did I say Oscar? I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure why his autopilot... you're talking about the guy in on the frequency, Oscar, right? Because he... seems like he can't...
we wish to maintain
he can't engage the autopilot again and it's beeping all the time. So we're probably continuing via Alpha and then crossing the runway either at Alpha or Delta and taxi to the gate there. And we'll see then where we go exactly. So let's keep the ILS chart open for now and let's go to checklists. Approach checklist. Baro F, QNH 1022, seatbelts are on, minimums are Baro 213 degrees. Auto brake is medium and the engine mode selector is normal. Landing checklist is next and we are passing over an airport here. That looks cool. What's that? That looks nice. The ground textures are unbeatable in MSFS. 3000. Descending 3000 feet, Scandinavian 2873. Roger, free speed 2873. Alright, we are allowed to slow down. Let's give it a bit of time still.
40, QNH 1022, Scandinavian 42.
We've got the current ATIS, info Charlie, let's print that. What's your problem? Low differential pressure. Well, that's okay, we are low anyways. Let's clear that. I don't care about that. There we go. Artist Charlie, runway news 04 left, still dry. Transition level 60, expedite vacating, wind 350 with 8. So a bit less wind. But it's variable now. 24, dew-point 10, 1022. So just a bit less wind, but we can keep our calculations. You can relax. Alright, let's slow down just a little bit. Let's go to 30 for now. Confirm 2000 feet for Scandinavian 2873. 2000 feet, 2873. Alright, descending 2000 feet blue. And
descend 3000 feet, Scandinavian 42.
we've got Copenhagen over there. What is your problem? Cabin low differential pressure. Yeah, you're supposed to have that. Vertical speed. That's all okay. I'm not sure what his aircraft vertical speed reduced. We're descending with 1300 feet per minute. That's nothing. So relax, please. Thank you. Alright, we can activate the landing system. We'll probably get a vector further left. Let's check to the ILS and let's go minimum clean or green dot speed. That should be 210. And let's go flaps 1. Wolf, fly-by-wire is still very good, yeah. They are still updating the plane. And let's go 180. Still updating the plane, adding new features, so I'm happy with it. I mean, it's still freeware, but... left heading 070, cleared ILS 04 left, Scandinavian 2873. Alright, 070 on the heading. We are cleared for the ILS, so let's activate approach mode and let's do the same
Current
in
heading,
here.
clear ILS, runway 04 left, Scandinavian 41.
Alright, glide slope and localizer armed. Airport should be... well, where is it? Somewhere around here, for sure. Oh, there it is. Quite close already. Let's go flaps 2 then, and gear down. Call the cabin.
Flight attendants, please be careful landing.
And let's go 160 on the speed.
Castro departure, good afternoon, this is Jet
You're predicting 250 feet per minute on the landing, you mean? We'll see. I don't think that my overlay is displaying the landing rate. I'm not sure, but we will see. No pressure, please. No pressure. Glide slope star and lock star. Lock. Glide slope. Let's go miss approach. Altitude 3,000 feet then. Oh wow, look at this. Isn't this nice? Beautiful. Let me start the recorder so we can watch my 200. 118, 105, Scandinavian, 2873, ciao. So recorder is on so we can watch my landing in all its beauty. 118, what was it? Let me check. 105. Let's go flaps 3 in the meantime and reduce to final approach speed, and flaps full, speed checked, flaps full, and say hi to the tower. Copenhagen, very good evening, Scandinavian 2873, ILS 04, left.
1000.
Clear to land 04 left, Scandinavian 2873. Alright, wind is right on the nose. Let's read the landing checklist. Eco memo landing no blue and cabin is ready. Wonderful. After landing is next. So, flight directors off. Manual thrust. Manual climb. Oops. I'm accelerating a bit too much. Yes, auto flight off. I have recognized that.
400.
That's checked.
Undskyld, skal vi vente skindtag?
A bit offset. And a bit low and low. Yes. I was looking at the chat. My fault. I apologize. Alright, still good. Okay, the puppies are a bit off of the glide slope because we are beneath the glide slope and the puppies are showing us 4 high, so yeah. That's okay. Continue, by the way.
Glide slope.
No,
40,
shut up.
30. 20.
Idle. Wasn't too bad. Reverse. Spoilers. Reverse green and diesel. Idle, manual brakes.
Oscar Kilo Whisky, afbryd anflyvning 04 left, højre drej for at tilslutte dig finalebanen 04 right.
I didn't understand a single word.
Left og højre drejer for at tilslutte os banen 04 right.
For 7 on our left. Clean up the aircraft. Why is it giving me still the auto thrust off message?
Copenhagen Tower,
Tried to clear that, but
Scandinavian
wouldn't let me.
Romeo, establish local on the localizer, runway 04 left.
I need to make it quieter again. Okay, landing lights off. Nose lights to taxi. Strobe lights off. And radar PWS off. TCAS off.
Clear to land, runway 04 left and traffic is inside. Scandinavian 42 runway.
And let's slowly continue on Alpha.
And 04 right, crossing go hotel at Oscar Whiskey.
Welcome to Copenhagen. Taxi stand Bravo 6 via Alpha, Yankee and Mike, cross runway 12.
Stand Bravo 6 via Alpha, Yankee and Mike, cross runway 12, Scandinavian 2873. Okay, let's slowly creep along Alpha while I read the after landing checklist. Radar PWS is off and off. Parking is next, so let's see where we need to go. And let me stop. No, not yet. So we landed on Alpha. We're gonna cross runway 12 and then Yankee Mike to Bravo 6. Wait, let me clear that. Go away. Thank you. Alpha, Yankee, which is this one. So left on Yankee, right on Mike, Bravo 6. Easy enough. Let's select the gate. Bravo 6. No. SAS. Tremendous. Anything else we need to take care of? We can start the APU. That's gonna go by itself. Alright, so thanks Oscar. Did you watch the landing rate? Because I didn't. I was just focused on not slamming it down into Danish soil. But yeah, it was alright. Wasn't too bad. And thanks Webby. So regarding the A320 and how to start it up, I can recommend the fly-by-wire because it also uses the inbuilt checklist. And if you have the highlighted knobs and buttons activated, then it shows you exactly what you need to turn on and where the button is and so on. So it's quite easy to learn with that. But yeah, I know it can look intimidating at first, but trust me, it really isn't. So especially the A320, I believe in. You need to turn 5 switches, and you are there standing there with running engines. So, but let me check real quick. We're still on Alpha, crossing the runway 12.
Runway VK,
Yep.
the Scandinavian 42 runway.
We're still good. Oh, that sunset is beautiful. Webby, we departed from Bergen in Norway. So let's put on the strobes and the APU bleed. Slow down a little bit.
Scan
Left
Bravo
is clear.
8 via Delta, India Mike.
Right looks clear.
Could you repeat the following? Scandinavian 42 runway.
Scandinavian 42 Romeo, taxi stand Bravo 8 via Alpha, Yankee and Mike, cross runway 12.
First I was Alpha. What's Alpha? Ah, Alpha. Okay, yeah, got it. Well, that's accents and dialects for you.
Sorry, I missed.
Turn off the strobes as we have cleared the runway.
Sorry.
So left on Yankee and the next right on Mike, and then on the right side we have Bravo 6. So that's Yankee here. Nothing from the right, nothing from the left.
Okay, we have the information received via text. Scandinavian 42 runway. Thank you.
Well, if you're interested how to start up the A320, you can also re-watch the beginning of the stream, where obviously I also started up the aircraft. I'm going through it a bit fast, of course, but there you see the steps. But when we have reached the gates, I will give you a quick overview of what to do. It's really simple, believe me. Alright, right on Mike, and Bravo 6 should be the second to last, if I saw that correctly. So this as well is a freeware custom airport, but it's of course, just a bit enhanced. But I believe that's Bravo 6, and there is our marshaller. So let's turn off the taxi lights. And let's turn into here. Oops, don't overshoot too much. Bit to the right. Come on. Oh, the shadow coming in looks really nice. And that's it. And cut the engines, will do, sir. So parking brake is set. APU is available. Engine 1 off. Engine 2 off. Oscar, have a good approach and a good landing into Rome. Good luck. I'm expecting no more than 200 feet per minute from you. Alright then. Let's switch off the beacon lights and the seatbelt signs. And let's put on... I believe the wheel chocks are already on, so let's request deboarding. Here. Parking checklist. Hang on. The fuel pumps go off. Oops, not you. Parking brake is set, and chocks are as well. Engines are off, wing lights are off, fuel pumps are off, yellow elec pump is, I suppose, off. Not really what I would be supposed to do with it. It's auto, so I can turn it off, I guess. All right, let's get the ground power here. Oh, it is here. Cool. Swap over and switch off the APU and stop the recorder. Save it. And here we are, ladies and gentlemen. We successfully made it to Copenhagen. Yeah, the scenery is not the best, but that's alright. Doing its job. Not too much going on around here. I'm surprised, but it's Tuesday evening after all. So this looks good, doesn't it? There's our passengers deboarding. Foggy in Rome and a 41 knots crosswind. Wow. Let me check that METAR. Because that would be crazy. Or do you use a weather preset, Oscar? Well, the wind is 150 with 5, so if you haven't set your weather to thunderstorms... Oh, nice, he's coming right next to us. Very nice.
Castle Tower, hello, postman 567, go forward, west, Castle Tower, hello,
Nope, little more, my friend. Just a little more. Where's he coming from? He is coming from Amsterdam. But there's supposedly quite a few people around here, so why don't I see them? Oh, there's one here. A340 Lufthansa. To Berlin. I'm very inclined to buy the Inibuild A340 myself. I have missed the sale, sadly, but... and there is the DHL. to Brussels, and the EasyJet is going to London Gatwick. Very nice. So I will go over the startup of the A320 real quick for Wabby, just to give you a quick overview. And then we watch the landing. So basically, well, let's switch off the aircraft for that first. So let's go this, and that's it basically, I believe. Then we can go this and this and this, and then we have a dark aircraft. Bye bye. All right. 4 p.m. UK time. Are you in the UK? You should watch me land. I'm the best. I'm sure you are. So, Wabby, if you are listening and interested, so basically this is how the aircraft looks when you enter it. Of course, you do a few checks before you give it some energy to make sure that, for example, you check that the wipers are off or the landing gear lever is down, because you don't want to put energy or electricity on the aircraft and have the wipers scratch the windows or the landing gear retracting. It shouldn't either way without hydraulic power, but just to make sure. So you check a few things, that the engine switches are off and so on and so forth. And then what you do basically is you go up here and you have your electrical panel here. So it's all in sections, it's quite intuitive when you look into it. So you have fire, which you don't need to touch at all if you don't have a fire. You have hydraulic system and fuel system. You have your electrical panel, air condition. You don't really need to touch that as well, except for the APU bleed. And then you have your few lights and stuff, and yeah. So basically you go to the electrical panel and you just turn on the batteries, one after the other. And you hear and you see the airplane is coming alive a little bit. So the screens are still off, but we have, for example, the standby instrument here comes off. If we had an engine failure in flight and we have no electricity anymore, only the batteries, then at least we still have this. It's taking a while to turn on, but you get what I mean. And then you could either start the APU, or the regular procedure would be to select external power. So right here we have the button external power and it says available. That means that we have a little ground power unit. It's not simulated right now, but there's a little generator down here, or sometimes the jetway also has a connection to the ground power, or there's just a plug in the floor, and they connect a little cable into the aircraft, and which gives it electricity basically. So we have that available right now, so we click that and it gives you this iconic sound, this bang, and everything comes to life and the whole aircraft is turned on. The timing thing on the keyboard thing in the middle near the throttle is complicated. The timing... let me log off of Vatsim. The timing thing in the middle near the throttle. The timing thing on the keyboard thing. What's the keyboard thing? Near the throttle. You have to explain that. What you mean? I assume you don't mean the clock, right? And we can stop that. 120. Oh, that's good. So yeah, but typing. You mean this here? That thing? That's the, well, Airbus calls it the MCDU. Management Control Display Unit, I think it's called, or FMS is also below the landing gear kind of. So yeah, I believe you mean this one. So yeah, that's commonly called FMS, so flight management system. That's the software inside this. The unit itself, every aircraft constructor calls it differently, but the system inside there is basically called FMS, flight management system. And yeah, it's a bit complicated, yes, but yeah, MCDU is what the unit is called, the hardware, and FMS is what the software is called. Yeah, you can, as I said, you can watch the beginning of the stream where I went through the setup process, but basically what you can do is, so this is the page where you start, right? It just tells you some info about the aircraft, so you can basically ignore that. Then you can go to init, which stands for initialize. And when you have a flight plan with SimBrief, if you're doing your flight plans there, you can put in your SimBrief credentials and request it here. Or you can just say, we're in Copenhagen right now, let's go Echo Charlie Hotel, which is Copenhagen, / where we want to go. Let's visit Oscar in Rome. So Lima, India, Romeo, Foxtrot. Put that in here. No, thank you. And return. And then basically right now we already have a flight plan in here. Copenhagen to Rome. So right now this is just a straight line going on for 831 miles. Of course we need waypoints and so on and so forth. That's what you have your flight planning for. So I can recommend SimBrief if you haven't used that before. Or I guess you can also use the in-game flight planner of MSFS2024, but I have no idea about that, so I'm just using SimBrief. It's the simplest. And then once you're in here, you can click on the airport. And here, because it's our departure airport, it says departure. And here basically we can select our runways. Copenhagen has a few, but let's say runway 12, the one we crossed earlier, we want to depart from that. And then we have the departure routes. So for that you need the charts. That's of course IFR flying then. SimBrief. Let me SimBrief. Brief like briefing. I typed it in the chat for you. It's a website basically where you can do your flight plan. It's for free. Hang on, I can also show you. Here. This is SimBrief. So when you start it up, it looks like this. Shows you all your flights and so on and so forth. And we can go new flight. And we can plan our flight here. So we're in Copenhagen. We want to go to Rome. And then we pick our aircraft. We're in the A32NX, so we pick that. And basically, that's already all we need to do. Hang on, let me put that on my second screen so I see the chat. Oh yeah, on the PS5. Okay. Well, you can still look at this for principle. Then you use the in-game flight planner. But in principle, that's all you do. You pick up your departure airport, your arrival airport, your airplane, and then it gives you automatically a routing. In that case, you already have the instrument departures and arrivals in there as well. So if you say you are on PlayStation, so you have this tablet here, right? If you're on 2024, and you have a flight planner here. I have to be honest, I haven't used this ever. So I guess route. Yeah, we can add departure airport, Copenhagen, arrival airport, Rome. And then it already gives us a route. In that case, again, just a straight line. And then we can select a departure procedure, for example. Okay, no idea what Victor and Jet Airways is. Find route. Oh dear. Alright, well, it's best you look through this by yourself a bit, because again, I have no idea how to use this. Or again, watch a YouTube tutorial. So this is IFR flying, of course, according to instrument flight rules. So it's not only about how to fly the aircraft, it's also about knowing how to do the routing and follow the charts, like all this that we have done today. For example, this is an arrival routing into Copenhagen. If you look at this for the first time, let me expand that. It looks quite intimidating. So many lines, so many numbers, so many whatever. But in the end, this also shows several arrival routings. For example, we had the Tepsi 4 Alpha, meaning we arrived at Tepsi, that's our last waypoint, and then we just follow the Tepsi 4 Alpha. So here it says 4 Alpha, so just follow the arrows, follow the arrows, follow the arrows until here, and from here ATC gave us radar vectors for the approach. And here you see all the waypoints from this specific arrival, and if we need to adhere to some constraints, for example, here at this VOR, we're supposed to do a maximum of 250 knots and so on and so forth. But yeah, it's it takes a while to learn all this. It's a lot in the beginning, but in the end, it's quite easy. So until you get comfortable with everything, I would say yes, fly smaller aircraft and try out the flight planner. Only 10 knots crosswind. That's great, Oscar. You keep doing Ryanairs. That's okay. Do you have a joystick or only the controller? Because I believe with the controller on PlayStation it must be quite hard. But that's okay. Just keep on practicing. Do what's fun to you. That's the most important thing. Everybody does flight simming differently. I mean, I could fly around in the A320 at 200 meters and just look at all the fjords in Norway we flew above. But yeah, it's your own choice. But it's a steep learning curve. But once you're up there, it's a ton of fun. So just to complete this, as I said, we have full power. So to start up the aircraft, we need to start up the APU, because we need that air from the APU, and we need to switch on the fuel pumps, but that's it really. And once we have the APU, we can start the engines, which we do down here. So to accelerate this a bit, I'm gonna cheat. Let's go ready for takeoff, so we can watch the landing. Alright, that's cool. Getting one for Christmas. Nice, Webby. Then you probably butter. Yeah, I'm sure Oscar will butter it. Yeah, then keep going with the controller. I mean, for the smaller aircraft it should be fine, and for the bigger ones you can you have the autopilot mostly anyway. So somehow the engines are not starting. There we go. Let's set the landing flaps. Let's set the lights. Yep.
Flight attendants, please prepare for takeoff.
Yes, please do. Okay, if you can go off. Let's give us the elec pump again, and then we can load the replay. Oh, it's laggy. There we go. And that sunset is just beautiful. So, hold that thought. Like this, and like this. We're doing the Beechcraft G58. Yeah, that's a nice aircraft. It's the Baron, right? The 2-engine, I believe. Yeah, it's really nice. So let's pick a good spot for the landing. Where's the airport? Hello, airport. Oh, there it is. So let's go around here. Yeah, this should do it. Currently I'm live daily. I was live the past 2 days, and today, tomorrow I won't be probably, but the day after, on Thursday, I will be live and flying to Greenland from Copenhagen with the 330. At least that's the plan. I hope nothing comes in between that, but yeah, on Thursday afternoon, I have the day off, so I plan to be live there. And would be glad to see you too. Alright then, here we are. Looking quite stable. Yeah, a little too early with the flare. But I have done worse landings, let me tell you. But let me turn off frame gen real quick, because it causes the wheels to shimmer. I hope we still have some frames left. We do. Let's go there then. And let me reset that real quick. Oh no, the frames are not liking it. 210. Yeah, Oscar, I'm gonna say 300. You're gonna do 300. That's okay. And let's go play. Yeah, that's 237. Nice. Nice one. Yeah, that landing was actually quite good. I'm proud of that. Let's give it one more cabin view and then that's it for today. Sadly, the flight recorder here is not the best, so it's sometimes accelerating, sometimes lagging, but yeah. What a view. Well, there's a little sailing ship down there, isn't there? What's that? Yeah, it's the Vikings. Haven't seen that before here. Jesus Christ, look at this sunset. They have really improved the lighting in MSFS2024 compared to 2020. It's really a lot better. My flight from Bergen was... We did 1 hour 20 in the air, or a bit less. So yeah, wasn't too long. Yesterday we did a few flights in Norway, a few short hops with the ATR turboprop propeller plane, and there the flights were not even 20 minutes, I think. That was really cool. Oh yeah, see there the replay is lagging a bit, but damn, that's a really nice approach there with that sunset, I have to say. Yeah, it doesn't get the spoilers and the reverse, sadly, in the replay, but that's okay. Land in Madeira, please. Oh god, Madeira. Do you want the plane to be usable after that, or because I mean I can do Madeira one day, but that's a tough one. It's not easy landing there. I mean, here in Copenhagen, ILS, 3 degrees glide slope, almost 4 kilometers of a wide runway, so that's no issue here. But Madeira is something else. But it's cool though. We will do that one day. Alright, that's it from my side. Let me put on some of the music. And yeah. I will leave it on for a bit. You did a Ryanair. I believe that. I would do a Ryanair as well. I'll leave you to it. I'll leave the taxi in on for a bit, and then that's it for today's stream. Only one flight, but it was a bit longer. But today I have to get up early as well. Friday, YB, maybe. I should have the time, so if I don't have any other plans. Thursday for sure, because I want to go to Greenland. So we're going to take the A330 off Air Greenland from Copenhagen to Nuuk. So it's going to be a longer flight, so I'll have to think of what we're going to do during the 5-6 hours. And then Friday maybe I wanted to fly a bit of the regional routes in Greenland with Air Greenland. There's an ATR livery, so they fly the Dash 8, but that doesn't exist in the sim yet, at least not in a good. There's no good rendition of the Dash 8 yet, but yeah, we'll see. All right, you too. Have a good evening, and thanks for checking in and watching the stream. Appreciate it. It was nice talking to you guys. See ya.